The project that I'm working on is the peanut butter falcon and the representation of disability in media. My goal is for this research assignment is to understand disability and why it's not represented appropriately in the media. I also want to discuss negative representation of disability versus positive representation. The theory I'm using is disability theory. The theory that I'm researching is positive representation of disability. Researching the subject is important to me because I feel like people with disabilities are not represented well and enough in media. The film The Peanut Butter Falcon is a modern take on Huckleberry Finn. This film is about two young men who go on a journey to meet a professional wrestler. Zach is an aspiring wrestler whose dream is to become a pro wrestler. Zach also happens to have Down syndrome, but that does not get in the way of achieving his goals. Positive representation of disability. The Peanut Butter Falcon shows positive representation of disability because Zach never lets his disability stop him from accomplishing his goal. Zach strengthens his body while training and is determined to be the best wrestler he knows he can be. When Saltwater Redneck arranges for Zach to be in a fight, originally it was fixed for Zach to have an assured victory. This decision by the Saltwater Redneck was influenced by him knowing of Zach's disability. Fortunately, Zach's opponent does not hold back against Zach. This was also positive representation because it gave Zach the opportunity to prove himself as a wrestler. The scene showed the viewer you should not underestimate people and that handicap should not get given to anyone just because they are handicapped. Negative representation of disability. In Toy Story 4, two characters in the movie that have disabilities are Dooku and Gabby Gabby. Dooku is not able to complete the jump he was designed to do. This is something that Duke sees as wrong with himself and desperately wants to accomplish. Instead of the movie making Duke come to terms with his disability, Duke accomplishes a jump that's even more thrilling than what he was made to do. Gabby Gabby was not made with a voice box like all the other dolls, and she believes she will never be loved because of this fact. Instead of the movie having a child love her just the way she was made, she is given a voice box and the child finds her and accepts her. These are two examples are not positive representations of disability, especially not for children. Another subject in my research is the potential of disabled actors. In a book about disability in popular culture, author Katie Ellis states TV reviewer Alan Sepinwall argues in his acclaimed self-published book, The Revolution was televised. The cops, crooks, slingers, and slayers who changed TV drama forever. That the recent diversification of television content pioneered a new type of storytelling led to a revolution on our screens, an environment where television could be taken seriously. He identifies a number of television shows, including, among others, The Sopranos, Lost, Friday Night Lights, and Breaking Bad as game changers in the television landscape. These programs, through a reckless mix of abandon and regret for past mistakes, targeted smaller and more diverse audiences. They took risks, they challenged cultural assumptions regarding family and law and justice. Significantly, these shows also included characters with disability or drew on disability themes. The statement from us tells us that disabled actors are bringing in a diverse audience, that they are making television something that is changing our culture and how we perceive people with disability. The media has a strong influence on culture, and television and movies are something that a lot of people consume. Seeing disabled actors more frequently playing roles helps alleviate the stigmas that people have about disabled people. Leaving disabled people to play minor roles in media is something that won't change this worldview on disability. The only way to properly represent disability is to bring it to the center stage for all to see. There are not enough major roles for disabled actors. Disabled actors that are represented in the media are usually not cast as main characters in plot lines. This is problematic because in order for disabled people to be heard, they need to be given larger roles more often than they are now. Ellis states that the media and television particularly is consistently criticized for its representation of disability. Critiques concentrate on underrepresentation, negative stereotypes, and inaccurate portrayals of normalization. As Jang and Haller observed, disability media studies have been dominated by content analysis for the last 30 years, with studies focusing on revealing problematic media representations of people with disabilities and their issues. For example, Guy Cumberbatch and Ralph Negrin's 6-week study in 1988 highlighted stereotypes and inconsistencies of disability on British primetime television. They posited that in order for social change to occur, people with disability need to become among the leading characters on television. The only problems that I'm experiencing doing my research is not being able to find many useful sources. I am only able to find 4 sources that are useful to me that discuss representation of disability in the media. This subject is not a popular one, so it is hard to find sources. There are no books about the film I am researching as well.